Welcome back, this is Raktar, and maybe I'm making you dizzy while I play Megaman Legends and I run around in circles. I'm gonna talk to this copper right now, because if you don't, you're fucked. So let's talk to this copper. Inspector. I'm actually making his voice because it just plays in my head when I see him. Oh, but as you can see, he's not voice acted in this part. So I can talk to him, but it looks like everyone's alright. I thought this guy gave me what I needed, but I guess I need to go to the town first. So yeah, the cop came, I guess they saw my ship crash. By the way, for a fucking, like, city, you think the city would put up some official sign? But instead they're just like, we'll just fucking have some child paint the words "to town" on this sign, and then we'll just stick it out. Like, maybe it's in honor of a child who was too stupid to write well. But anyways, as you can see, this guy is blocking. They're trying to guide you to the correct area, and this guy is sort of blocking your path. That is the first set of ruins. You go in this game and explore ruins. A lot of the ruins aren't even required, but they're really fun to explore because you just go through, there's tons of shit you can pick up, all kinds of just weapon upgrades, and fantastically joyous things. As you can see, there's other airships in the area, and I can jump on this thing for some reason. And for some reason it looks like somebody blew a hole in this, but whatever. That was a giant wall of the ancients. So let's talk to this guy, see if he has anything to say about that airship. Is this your ship? It shouldn't be here. This is a no parking zone. Look at that. See, we were smart. We parked out over by the "to town" sign. So I believe this door will not let me in. Were you in the flying machine that just crash landed? If so, could you wait until you've spoken with the inspector before entering the city? I believe the inspector's gone to investigate the crash site. See, I always thought that was dumb that if you decide to talk to the inspector, oh, so I can get in? Nope, he's gonna just say it again. So yeah, I always forget that even if you talk to the inspector, this guy is gonna stop you. And I'm like, but I talked to him already, so why couldn't the inspector just give me a license? So in order to save time, I'm actually just gonna cut back while I run back to the crash site. Alright, I'm back to the crash site, and I believe this is going to trigger an actual voice-acted cutscene once I talk to the inspector. Well, you certainly put on quite a show, but it looks like everyone's alright. Wait, what? What's with the what? Maybe I need to talk to Beryl. By the way, Beryl, this is Beryl Casket, my adopted grandfather, and Roll Casket, my adopted sister. Let's see here. I talked to the wrong... I should have talked to Beryl first.
Well, you certainly put on quite a show, but it looks like everyone's alright. Let me welcome you to Cadillac's Island. Now, I'd like to ask one of you to come with me to the station.
We need you to fill out some immigration forms so you can get your registration and ID card. You can't enter the city without one.
Don't worry. It won't take very long. While you're waiting, you can spend your time in the shopping arcade next to the city. You don't need an ID card to get in there.
Are you ready to go, Professor?
Dude, that's kind of funny that I went all the way to the door and then I came back here only to realize that all I had to do was talk to Beryl. That's a whole load of bullshit. Alright, so I believe that's that for now. Let's talk to Roll, see if she has anything. I think she's just gonna be like, nope, I'm just standing here and have nothing to say. I'll take a look at the floor while we wait for Grips. Go to get back. Megaman, you can help by looking for parts we could use for repairs. Maybe you could find something at the shopping area the inspector mentioned. So, once again, to save more time, I'm just gonna cut back to the shopping area since I kinda stupidly did things out of order. Here I am, back at this door, by the way. Why did the shithead cop stop me before? Like, he basically lied, because the inspector's like, you don't need an ID card to get into the freaking thing, but I'm gonna stop you anyway. So, I always thought that the inspector, or that cop, was kind of a shithead, just because the cop clearly, or the inspector clearly says you don't need an ID card, but then the guy's like, oh, you should talk to these guys. And by the way, this guy is telling me, he doesn't know he's telling me about an important character, but that guy was totally just telling me about an important character. Important things you can do in here include kicking this can. Seriously, you can, I don't know, I've always thought that was just really funny that you could just kick this can around as much as you want. Like, you can just be like, can kick. And if you got the skills, you can actually kick the can into one of these garbage pails. It doesn't really serve a lot of a purpose. By the way, also, if you're playing this game, which I would highly recommend, search every freaking thing, because there will always be stuff inside of stuff. Now, damn it, I keep on... The problem is I'm hitting O, and O just re-interacts with it, but yeah. So much stuff in this game just has, like, shit inside of it. But not everything. Like, a lot of stuff is empty, admittedly, so don't get your hopes up when you walk up to every box or trash can, but it looks like a lot of this shit, people are just leaving their money all over the place. Not in that box. Not in that plasma cell box. Let's see if I can find some of the funny shit in here. So, if you go around and look at, nope, that's the comics. Vinyl bags so people can't read them without buying them. There's one of these bins says something kind of funny, but I forget which one. There's a lot of novels on the shelves, but none that look interesting. Thanks, Megaman, for your great analysis. There's some, that's the one. It might be fun to look at them, but there's so many people around. You'd get in trouble if someone saw you. That's one of the good ones, but there's some other good ones as well. So, not a lot to do in this shopping center, but as you can see, Junk Shop, Lightning Parts Center, and Roll sent us for parts. So where else would we go? As you can see, nobody's behind the counter right now, but this lady is standing right here, and look! Clearly she knows something about something, because she's got a 99 on the register. Oh yeah, and there's Reaverbot. But anyways, let's chit-chat with this old broad. She's actually not that old looking. I'm sorry, but my husband's out on a dig right now. You know what a dig is, right? It's where you go, dude, I am a digger. I get refractors. While your husband's out looking, like, dude, I like how she's just like, hey, young boy, my husband's in a dangerous place. Will you go find him? But she probably sees that most of my body is made of robot. So it's probably okay to assume that Megaman can handle himself in a fight. But anyways, this becomes your first experience in the entire game digging. I'm gonna have to get used to, so, by the way, if you just noticed, oh, we can do it. Use my skills. Okay, we'll line it up. Well, get out of the way, old man. I got cans to kick into trash. Oh, damn it. Fuck it. Alright, it's not important. It actually is legitimately not important. But I want it so bad. But anyways, this is your first experience going into ruins as a digger. There's a lot of digging in this game. I'm gonna talk to Data and save really quick, which I will cut out, because you know what saving looks like. Oh, I just saw an older man go inside those ruins over there. That's actually important. If you want to go check on him, you should probably save first. Dude, so one interesting thing about this game is that it takes a really long time to save, and so when I first played it on the PS3, on my copy where the cutscenes don't work, I was always kind of surprised that, even though it's on the PS3, it still takes a while to save. Like, I just naturally figured that they would maybe, like, figure that out, and maybe figure out a way for it to not take a lot of time. Look at this, come on! I want to shoot this guy. Oh, actually, I want him to come down here. Let's see if I can get these dudes to come down here and not shoot me. Come after me! Because if I kill them while they're up there, I'm not going to get their refractors. Yeah, fuck them. Oh, but there's one down here. Oh, shit. Now that I got those guys on me, that might have been a bad idea. Cool. Alright. Dude, I'm already going to get murdered down here. Oh yeah, but seriously, so it takes so long to save. So I always was kind of confused, because I figured that if you're playing on the PS3, that there's, like, some possibility that the game will, like, be able to process stuff like saving more quickly. But for some reason it can't. And I don't know, I just always thought that was a little bit strange that it just can't... It's gotta be something, like, about how the code is actually written. But yeah, it doesn't do it. You're just gonna have to save slow, whether you play this game on the PlayStation 3, or the original PlayStation, or the PlayStation 2. Dude, I hear that new PlayStations don't even play, like, old PS1 games, but I don't know if that's just a rumor, or if that's, like, actual truefacts.com. But that's what I heard. I'm actually always disappointed that the PlayStation 3, it doesn't play PlayStation 2 games. So if I ever decide to do a PlayStation 2 game on my channel, it either has to be on the PlayStation Store, or it has to... I like how he's just like, ouch! This guy's pretty beefy. Like, these metal-plated robots die after 3 shots, or at least they, like, stumble. But this guy is like, yeah, I can take a shot from a gun. Let's see here. I'm going home! Don't worry about me. If nothing else, I'm a fast runner. I'll make it out okay. See you later. So yep, that's the shop owner. We've cleared his path out, and now I can go check out his shop anytime I want. And that, by the way, that shop is going to be a major concern of yours in this game. You basically get all your shit from it. But I figured, you know what? As long as I'm down here, let's do a little bit of exploring. If I'm not mistaken, though, the thing about this place is you're not going to make it very... Like, if I remember correctly, I don't think you can actually make it very far without getting stopped by natural, like, stuff in your way. Because, like, basically the way this works, it's sort of Zelda style in that, like, conceptually, you can't, like, the game will stop you with obstacles that you'll be able to cross when you're given the correct items, and these guys are annoying as fuck. And I think at this point in the game that you can't get the proper items, so you just kind of have to live with the fact that you're not going to be able to explore a lot. But like I said, I am curious. Oh, this is the side. Okay, so I knew that there was two sides of this place, and one side was, like, really easy to explore, and one side was not. I want to kill... I don't think that one's gonna get up, so... I want to try and get the lock on this mofo. There we go. The problem with locking on is that you can't move. Like I was saying in the last episode, that was actually my problem as a child with this game, was that I always just tried locking on to enemies, and I never tried strafing. Like, I was always like, the best way to beat enemies is to lock on. Like, I just assumed that because the game had a lock-on button, that it was automatically, like, the best thing to do. But as I got older, I realized that locking on is not always the best maneuver when you're fighting certain enemies. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting concept that, like, as a kid, you totally think that, like, locking on is the best strat. But as an adult, you totally realize you're like, movement is far more important than lock-on. Except for, this guy's still... he's avoiding me! He's too quick! He's got those big runner legs! It's bothering the shit out of me. Alright, he's dead. I sense this guy's death. As you can see, though, I did get to a box, so my exploration was not for nothing. And holy shit, look at all the refractors that these guys buy. Seriously, by the way, refractors, super important in this game because, albeit you find a lot of gear just, like, hanging out, a big portion of the gear you're gonna get in this game is going to be from... Why is it telling me about Buster Parts? They already told me how to do Buster Parts. Whatever. Stop, stop. Oh, I can just hit triangle to get it to skip through those. Cool. So anyways, we'll equip that, but since there's really, it's just gonna be repetitive for me to show, me going back, I'm just gonna run back off camera. And actually, in fact, I am going to end this episode of Mega Man Legends right here, and in the next episode, I will meet you outside back in the city, or I'll meet you wherever I decide to meet you. This has been Rektar. Thank you for watching.